It's Transformers Legacy Minerva, and we bought her, like, in a store. Welcome to Retrobot, the YouTube channel where we feed a friendly space robot a diet of pure nostalgia. I'm Clay, and today we are talking about Transformers Legacy Autobot Minerva. There she is, sort of in her box, and we've got the beautiful Legacy packaging with the Transformers logo and the artwork on the side, and then if you go around this side, then you can see some awesome looking Vaporwave artwork here that shows, her robot mode, and then a close-up of the robot mode, and then we could see the vehicle mode if it weren't covered by the vehicle mode. So let's go ahead and take her out of there so that you can see that. Of course, Legacy logo and a hang tag on top and gobbledygook on the bottom, and then we have the obligatory product shots on the back. They don't really say much about Minerva anymore with the modern packaging. I miss bios, I miss quotes, that's something, I guess, because of the multilingual packaging, they just don't do that anymore, but gosh, I miss it. So anyway, you don't care about the packaging, you care about Minerva. So let's go ahead and put her on a little platform, and then we can see her in all of her Minerva-ness. And there she is, and the vehicle mode on this character is pretty decent. She has kind of an unusual look to her because the vehicle mode is kind of short and squat, and she is a mold mate with Alita 1, who's a slight retool. Or maybe she's a slight retool, or they're retools of each other. Whatever the case, Alita 1 in her vehicle mode looks very much like a toy car. Minerva has a little bit less of that, I think because she has stronger colors. She has very, very bright white with a dark red and the dark translucent blue. So her vehicle mode, I think, pops a lot more than Alita 1's vehicle mode. Now, she does still have the feet on the back, which really are kind of loosey-goosey here. They don't stay in. That's probably my biggest criticism of this mold. Other than that, she looks really, really good. I like the light bar at the top that you plug in instead of the fake Alita 1 ears that they put on Alita 1 for reasons. But of course, she does transform into a robot. That is her job. So let's go ahead and show that now. So here she is. Her transform is not terribly complex, being that like many of the female characters, there's an awful lot of robot body on the underside, but she is not a complete shell former, and I like that. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, we can do the obvious and flip the feet around here. And then we can just pull from the side to dislodge the legs from the center of the back here. And then the legs are on these little linkage pieces here. And so they're going to snap in just like that. They snap in very nicely, actually. And then you can spread the legs apart. And there we go. And then we've got these spoiler pieces, which also fold around to the inside of the leg, just like that. And let me get a little bit closer. There we go. A little bit closer. So the other spoiler piece goes in right there. And that's just a nice detail. It's almost like it's not even necessary, but it does make the back of the leg look cleaner, and it fills some of the gappage on the inside, so I approve. And then we've got the arms, which are pretty obvious here. They just kind of pull forward and then give a little bit of a twist at the bicep to rotate the arms forward. And then you have car hood here. So we're going to pull the whole car hood up and away from the back. And then we can take this panel here, fold it under, and much like many versions of RC, she does wear half a car on her back, but it's not too bad. We're not done yet, of course. We want to swivel at the waist. And at this point, she looks like she's pretty much done, even though she's not done yet. We do have these parts here. The fenders are on these double jointed linkage pieces. And then you have some options for what you can do here. In the package, these were rotated up and kind of sticking up like this. Let's see here if I can get this. There we go. There we go. There we go. Come on, you can do it. There we go. All right, so they were just kind of up like that, kind of hanging over her shoulders. That's okay. I'm not really a fan of that. I would rather flip them around this way so that you don't see the unsightly underbelly of the inside of the fender here. So I'm going to rotate mine around here. But hey, if you've got this figure, you transform it any way you want. I mean, the thing about it is that this whole fender thing that happens back here is really unnecessary to the transform. I mean, it just doesn't change her robot mode in any dramatic way. They could have just molded the whole front of the car as one piece and said, hey, you know, it's done. But I think they wanted to justify the price point for a relatively simple figure. So and that's fine. You know, I like having options, and I think that she looks really good. She's got 5mm points in many places. There's these that are on the front fenders here, which are up behind her shoulders in robot mode. She's got ports underneath her forearms here. Of course, she can hold things in her fists. And then she's also got ports on her legs. So there's all sorts of places to put... Whoops, don't fall over. Come on. Yeah, don't go asleep yet. We're still talking about you. So here we go. We've got Minerva standing here, and she comes with two weapons. They are both cast out of clear translucent plastic. I guess that's redundant. However, this one has been painted black. It looks very, very shiny and actually looks really cool. So she can do that, and she can do this. Also, the light bar on the back is removable, and by the way, there is a 5mm compatible hole right there that you could plug weapons into. But you can take this off here, and then if you so chose, you could plug this into the side and give her like an axe weapon, just like that. Or you could put these things together, because both have holes on the side so that you can plug them together in different ways. You know, maybe you could do something like that, huh? You could do something like that and then have her have a super gun and be like pew pew bang bang, and there she has some cool weapons. So yeah, looking good. Now, looking at the articulation, she can say no, she can say yes. Her head does seem to be on a ball joint, so she's got reasonable articulation in that sense. She's got an arm that goes up, an arm that goes down. It goes forward all the way up like that, and all the way down. Of course, the back kibble does get in the way of moving the arm around, but it's not too bad. She has bicep rotation. She has more than a 90-degree bend at the elbow. Her wrists do twist, which is nice. She's got swiveling at the waist. She's got legs that can split. Not complete split, but pretty close to a complete split. Of course, she can do the Ministry of Silly Walks. She can really do the Ministry of Silly Walks, so that's nice. She has a little bit of thigh-sep rotation right there. She's got a knee joint that gives her pretty much a solid 90-degree bend, and then she has an ankle tilt right here on the foot. It's nice that the feet kind of click in, because when they're not clicked in, they're just a little bit loosey. You see how it does that, and I wish it didn't. I'm probably going to tighten up that joint on both Minerva here and Alita 1, because both of them have just a little bit of floppy foot syndrome when they're in their vehicle modes. Now, just looking at the sculpt in general, she's actually a very nice looking figure, particularly in robot mode. She looks very good. Let's go ahead and we'll zoom in just a little bit. Here we go. And yeah, there she is. Nice face sculpt. She looks good. Now, I have the exposure setting on this camera a little bit low because there's so much white on her. A lot of the detail gets washed out. Now, I can turn it up, and that's a little bit closer to the true color of her face. It's a dark orange, but not quite as dark as what you're seeing on screen. So, yeah, there. Brighten her up just a little bit. So there she is. She looks good. Her body proportions are very, very nice. I like the legs. I like the arms. I like the articulation. Overall, she's a really, really nice figure, and I'm glad to have her. Here, let's go ahead and pull back a little bit. So yeah, this is Transformers Legacy Autobot Minerva, and you can see her here next to her mold mate Alita 1. They both are decent figures. You know, I like them both, and I'm glad to have them. This, I believe, at least currently, is a Walgreens exclusive. We have been searching for her for months. You know, like they announced this figure quite a while ago, and we don't even shop at Walgreens all that often, but we specifically kept going in there looking for her. She was not there. Months and months. Go through the Christmas season. She's not there. And then post-Christmas season, we find her on the shelves in the clearance section. It's like they kept her in a back in a box, and then opened up the box 3 months late and then said, oh, this looks old. We'll put a clearance sticker on her. So I did find her in the wild. If you have been looking for Minerva, then check your Walgreens, check the clearance section, since I don't know. They just popped up, and then immediately they decided, you know, this thing has been warming the shelves for like 5 seconds, so we'll put it on clearance. So yeah, I really like Minerva. I really like the colors. I think that she actually looks a lot better than Alita 1, just because her colors don't pop as strong, particularly in the vehicle mode. But in both cases, I mean, it's a small criticism. I like both of these toys, and I recommend them both. I think they're great, and I think that they're a lot of fun, especially all of the versatility in the weapons and with the extra stuff that you can do with the fenders. You know, it's all good. It's just all good. Yeah, really, except for, you know, maybe the flappy feet. That's a little less good. So that's it. This is Clay and Minerva. And, yeah, that's my recommendation. If you like this recommendation, then please give the video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. We are a small channel trying to get bigger, so please do subscribe and click the notification bell so that you know when we're doing videos like this one, as well as our peeks and pokes videos, which are quick peeks at a character and then we poke at them, and our live streams, which happen periodically. You just keep your eyes on the channel, and we'll let you know, and they're lots of fun. Also, we do want to thank our patrons, but don't let me thank you. Let's hear it for the Chaos Bringer himself, Unicron. Come on out here and thank our patrons.
Thank you, patrons. our ultimate retro heroes. Thank you, Fetch Beer, Robus, Matt White, Starhound, Setsune Wave, Dawn, Hope and Michael D, and Colleen. Thank you.
All right, well, thank you for that strangely to the point thank you with no embellishments, Unicron. It makes me suspicious. So, anyway, this is Clay and Minerva telling you to keep it Retrobot. Yeah. Minerva, I really thought we were going to miss her. Like, I thought that this was one that we were going to end up having to pay way too much for on eBay or something because I didn't. But she's out there. Look, if you've been waiting, look for her because she exists.